I had to resplit the VOD. You missed me being excited about eating my last meal. I had to do some VOD splitting due to shenanigans, but we're checking out Legion for the first time. That's what this video is all about if you're watching it in the future on YouTube. Polishing my armor. This is like a long hallway into the beginning of the expansion. And Daria was canonically moving. That's cool.
Yes.
We're bad at sailing. Isn't part of the plot of Warlords of Draenor that Garrosh takes our technology back in time to Draenor before they drank the blood? I can just duel anybody, that's cool. It's a neat way to start it. Attack's better than Demon Blow, that's why they're the Iron Horde. Okay. Yeah, I didn't get that sense from the beginning of Warlords. I mean, I really like the content of Warlords, but kinda had to understand that through external Googling of what the plot was supposed to be. It seemed like it, at the beginning of it, like Prop was saying, was designed assuming that you were like consuming all of the web comics and short cinematics and stuff. So like Gul'dan was in prison. Let's see. Sweet.
May the eternal sun shine upon thee.
Yeah, we have robots and guns. Bad sailing technology.
And honor. Go.
I have to talk to Captain Russo.
What's up?
Ready to face the Legion. Yes, let's do it.
Real.
Oh, it's a scenario? That's interesting. PFA, didn't know they were there. It explains why they're not on the map. It always did feel like the World of Warcraft map was very unfinished. Got like 2 continents and a big whirlpool in the middle, and then we had Northrend.
Smell that sea air. It feels good to be out in the open water again.
I'm sure that payment from Orgrimmar had nothing to do.
It's pretty good.
There's an old goblin saying that goes, the best bets use other people's money.
Oh, am I in here with
That the
randos?
souls we're going to meet
Uh-oh.
back.
Any messages from Orgrimmar?
Sylvanas and the main fleet arrived.
I haven't done group content at all on Death Knight, so hopefully this doesn't end horribly.
Already? How'd they get so many here so fast?
I got a feeling we're going to find out.
All right, Horde troops, this is your stop. A beach lined with demons. Bring her in. Snap
Oh, it's gonna be
them out.
like hitting the beaches. Has the lore mentioned places like the Broken Isles before?
What's that ahead?
Oh, looks like trouble. Big trouble.
Whoa. That seems bad. Used to be the home of the Night Elves? Like Night Elves lived everywhere. Say that from doing all this archaeology. Well, the Thrall's here. What are you doing here, Thrall?
Looks like our reinforcements have arrived.
Glad you're getting shit done.
Good team. We don't got much
Slay
beach left to
demons. I can do that.
There's something odd about the crystals surrounding that spire. They feel wrong. Like they're in 2 places at once.
Destroy those crystals, probably.
Horde, make for them crystals! We're gonna see if your hunch is
Or the
right.
Horde. Damage and healing increased by 5%.
Get them away from the spires!
I thought that Thrall had pieced out, but then he was back in Warlords of Draenor, which seemed like it was kind of nostalgic. Or is he really just gone during Pandaria for the most part?
Yes, they must anchor it to this world. 2 more to go!
He's around, he's not part of the Horde.
We almost got him! Your corpses will feed my hounds!
Fel Lord Kurtz. That's cool. Butterfingers Doomhammer.
I do everything myself. Very well. Prepare yourselves!
Alright.
You gonna die just like all the others. Focus on the commander! Your souls will know endless hell.
Face him away from the raid.
You chose the wrong side! Master, you mend my flesh again and again. Will you have not waited? You cannot
Sylvanas and Bane.
It's good to fight with you again. We are legion. He's never gonna get used to you calling me that. There's only one way to the tomb. Are you ready? Let's get moving.
So, sorry. That's... Bolden hasn't died yet. He's gonna die during this. So me coming out of,
She must have crashed just ahead. They're expanding faster than we've seen before.
the Demon Hunter quest line is after this mission. As soon as I finish the Demon Hunter zones, the thing I see with Sylvanas being appointed is immediately after the scenario I'm doing right now. Okay, gotcha. Because they were expecting people to do this and then roll a Demon Hunter and not open the expansion with a new Demon Hunter.
That's an army.
Is that really so much of a distinction? It's not a crap factory. It's a crap farm.
They're alive. Let's move.
Oh, this fucking game.
It's about time you showed up.
You look like you could use a hat. Your reinforcements are endless.
So, how is Bane Bloodhoof in any way different than Cairn Bloodhoof?
You heard him, Rangers. We cut those demons down. Fire a volley on my
Kill a lot of Horde characters for no reason, I feel like. And I totally want them to kill people, but...
Break the crystals.
No, it's like they killed Cairn and then replaced him with an identical character. There you go. Wait, is that really how it works in Hearthstone? That's funny. Like, Cairn's most notable feature is that he died and was replaced by his identical son. I wonder if that's the Hearthstone team throwing shade at World of Warcraft.
This invasion is unlike any I have ever witnessed. And I don't think we've seen the last of their surprises. These structures rose from the ground in moments, spewing forth demons in the hundreds in the blink of an eye.
And now we know how to destroy them. It's them or us.
Warcraft is Bane, they do nothing else.
So we make sure it's not us. This is Argent Crusade insignia. Can you speak? Where's the rest of the Crusade?
Dead. Dying. They descended on us in seconds. Nowhere to run.
And no sign of Tyrion. We will find him. Horde forces, keep your eyes open for survivors. Rescue as many
Yeah,
as
I'm about
you are
to
able.
get way in there. That's such a cool move. Oh, where'd my, oh shit, I'm gonna die because of that. I accidentally dragged my most important ability off of my bar somehow. What the hell happened to my bar? And I put my second most important ability, replaced it with water walking? What is happening? Okay, I think I fixed it. No, and I've got another abilities here. What the, and this is here? What is going on? Why would that happen? All of my abilities on my main bar got shuffled for some reason. I don't know what caused it. Control mouse wheel? I'll look at it in a second. Shift mouse wheel. Oh, that must have been it. Thank you. Jeez. Like, none of my buttons are working and I'm gonna die.
Where's Tyrion? Thank you for I am in your debt.
No problem.
Where's Tyrion?
I'm getting stacks of For the Horde every time I rescue them. That's cool.
We were not prepared.
Please be attacking me. I think I fixed everything. I got a couple busted ones over on this bar, but it should be okay. I should remember what my old R was. Oh, this one got all fucked up now. That's so weird. Hurry up, get your shit back together. Sweet.
Be retreated!
This was too easy. Something's wrong.
There, across the chasm, Gul'dan! He has Tyrion. Oh, the Horde! Get to throne!
Oh, this event is supposed to be 40-man raid? Like, 40 people are supposed to queue into this normally?
Anyone have any
Wow,
ideas
so it
how
just
we're going to
it
cross this
just
thing?
scales based on how many people are in here?
Spirits of Earth,
Have they been able to scale content based on number of players and instances before? 2 groups of 40? Wow. That'd be pretty cool. So it's just me and this one other person? Blood Elf Mage. That's neat. Well, there's Tyrion, guys. See him? He's right there. Do you want me to go talk to him? Nope, that doesn't work. No, I can't get out. God damn it. Jesus. Please don't die while you're in there. So the Alliance is supposed to be over there? Okay. And there'd be an entire raid over there. That'd be cool.
Stay back. It's a trap. The light will protect me.
They're gonna kill Tyrion? That'd be great.
You fool. You stand before the
There's one angle
temple
in.
of God. Your pitiful light cannot reach you here. How fortunate that your friends have arrived just in time to watch you die.
Cloudy.
Destroy him.
Voice acting this game must be fun. To like ham it all the way up, right? Please tell me Tyrion's actually dead.
All you have worked for, all you have sacrificed, just to see your champions fall to ash, one by one. Destroy them.
He's not quite dead and then he dies.
Monsters from the Felfire! Horde forces, be ready!
Okay, so we have to take turns fighting him. It's kind of cool.
He's heading your way, Windrunner.
Let's go, Horde! It's time to show the Alliance how we slay demons!
I wonder if it's better to just let this be doable with two people, or if it's better to like give significant incentives for people to do it otherwise.
Got him this time. All forces, concentrate your fire.
Probably better for the individual player experience and not have to wait to queue into it, but
Consider your job done then,
Bigger they are.
Rin. No time to gloat, Rin. We've got to stop Gul'dan before he summons another one of those things.
hey, thanks, Thrall. Oh, and then like Jaina made the ice bridge, presumably. That's cool. It's 100% be a roulette, right? 80 player roulette. Everyone hates to get it. Oh, Tomb of Sargeras, that's cool. Did we lock up a Sargeras on Azeroth? I didn't know that. I thought we locked him up somewhere in space or some shit. Locked up an avatar of Sargeras, okay. The real Sargeras is like this giant fucking bigger than a planet, walks around with a big old fire sword guy, right?
You are right, human. There is nowhere to run from mine.
Door after you kill demons.
Now,
The door up into the
witness
building?
true might of Lord Sargeras. On the ridge behind us, another portal. We've got to hold this ridge, no matter the cost.
Alright,
Take up
can do.
positions. We hold them off. We have to.
Whoa, lag spike. Wow, big lag spikes. It's not fun. My poor, I think that's a paladin that's with me.
The combined forces of
I don't know what the colors are.
Less chatting, Rin. Kill him already.
I have seen the end of pitiful world, Ren. You will perish.
Just join the alliance.
10,000
You might be mad at me doing attacks on all these characters all at once.
is endless.
Is this Diablo? I know, right? Hitting a ton of demons. But the lag's pretty bad.
I cannot take much more of this.
Hold Bane back to my position. Close ranks.
I think it's just lagging because of the volume of creatures here. I've always been really impressed at how many fights there are in this game, and even just world areas that have shitloads of enemies. I feel like they're doing some shenanigans behind the screen. Because I have never, behind the scenes rather, never had it this bad in terms of lag.
There are too many of them.
Everyone, pull back to me! We make our stand here!
Maybe it works better with a big group of people. I triggered a cutscene! I thought I was gonna crash out because of the lag.
They're coming from behind. Cover the flame.
Oh. That was a trash mob. I see why people are pissed. Although, I guess the point is, like, there's the story as it exists, if somebody's just fighting a bunch of demons, that can happen.
Die this day.
The Alliance doesn't see this, they just see the Horde bail out of them and leave them all to die.
Without the Horde, we'll be overrun. We must retreat.
Get everyone to the gunship.
Everyone, fall!
That's Varian, right? Anduin's dad. Green flame. Wait, did he just de-Worgen? I thought the Worgen were stuck in werewolf form permanently. I guess I've never played Alliance.
Take this to my son.
He's gonna do something effective here, though, right? Okay, good. Yay, the Alliance got to do something for once. Go, Varian, self-sacrifice. Very proud of you. Meanwhile, Vojin got stabbed by a trash mob, and his dying words got the Horde to retreat. Worgen can change back and forth. Do player character Worgen get to switch between a human and wolf mode? I thought you just designed a wolf character. Yeah, right? That's kind of a bummer. I don't see what the Alliance is complaining about. The 80% of Blizzard plays Horde and the whole story is about the Horde. Looks like Varian didn't get to go out pretty well there. He designed one or the other, but it affects both. Okay.
Will be remembered
That makes sense.
as the king who sacrificed his life for nothing.
For the Alliance.
No, I mean, it's basically for nothing. Don't bother, Matt. It's not worth it. That was cool.
Strength and honor.
I keep using my heirloom weapons until 110, right? Probably should. Gromash hold straight away. Okay. You're not gonna let me keep that quest thing that gave me a Ogremar Hearthstone with a 10-second cooldown? Oh man. They tricked me. How dare they? Artifact weapons way stronger? But this doesn't give me an XP boost, so it doesn't matter. I'll take the artifact weapon. Good. Pretty cool cutscene. Points for
I am Sarfang,
the Alliance there.
of Broxigar.
Vol'jin got stabbed by a trash mob, and his dying words got us to nope out like cowards, and Varian got to go out kicking ass. So this is likely to be the cutscene we watched when we came in as the Demon Hunter. Like, Demon Hunter, hey, let me go try to join society. Oh, shit. Something's going on here. I'll just, I'm gonna wait by the door. Yeah, but there's no reason to go back to Legion, right? There's basically never any reason to go back to an old expansion except for transmogs and rep grinds and stuff. Okay, so we either just watch this exact cutscene or a version of this cutscene on Demon Hunter. I think it's the exact cutscene.
Windrunner.
Okay, thank you. Vol'jin died. It was a bummer. He was like, it seems like a really bad idea to make you the war chief because you're awful, but a ghost told me to do it, so we're gonna give that a shot. Maybe it'll work out. Pledge to War Chief Sylvanas. Can I say no?
I have no time for games. What are we if not slaves to this torment?
Yeah, the Illidari have arrived. Yeah, they're like showing up like, man, this is gonna be the coolest thing that's happened to the Horde. They're gonna get to meet, we're like demon blood elves. We're extra cool blood elves. Oh wait, something else is going on here.
Do not give in to the power of the Legion.
So Ilari is filling in for the Demon Hunter player character here. That's cool.
Destroy your burning Legion.
Vol'jin to crawl over to the throne and then die there. I thought Allied Races was a BFA thing. So does Anduin run the Alliance now? Saw a pretty funny picture of what Anduin's model used to look like back in Classic compared to what they tried to make him look like now. Oh, some require Legion content to unlock. Okay. So the main argument I would see would be for having other characters be able to get through it quicker. I mean, I enjoyed the content. I would like to see as much of it as possible. I just wish the game had some sort of incentive to run any content beyond the most recent. I feel like that's just been a WoW tradition. There's so much that's baked into it about use your free 110 boost and here's a bunch of shortcuts to skip this stuff. It kind of works out if you were playing Legion when it was out and you did all the meta achievements to get flying. They have different racials. They have extremely powerful racials in some cases. I want to say there's a spooky cosmic elf that like never gets interrupted, and they cast spells. Turns out there's 2 Windrunner sisters that have accidentally created an offshoot elf race. Do the High Mountain Tauren, are they the only ones that have those crazy over-the-top totem backpacks? Or is that just a new thing for all Tauren to make them stand out more? Because they look really cool. I'm a big fan of them.
The rebuilding
I don't remember them being in Wrath. Oh, what's the Dark Iron Dwarf racial?
What joy is there in this curse?
Elthin Darkrai of Darrai. I don't think Void Elves are on the Horde. They're Alliance. We get some other elf. Nightborn? I'm not actually clear on the difference between a Nightborn and a Void Elf. It's, oh, to talk.
Lord Illidan knows the way.
Dalaran is under siege, hero. The Legion intends to knock us out of
Caught up to where I was on the Demon Hunter. Or Elected Quartermaster. I like it.
A horribly dangerous plan, but a plan nonetheless.
Why does Khadgar work with both the Horde and the Alliance when he's a human? He seemed pretty featured in Warlords of Draenor. The High Mountain Tauren and Heirloom Armor have totems on the back. Oh, okay. Regular Tauren Heirloom Armor will have a big totem. Gotcha. Now this is a different Dalaran I'm going to, right? This is Legion Dalaran? Or will be eventually. If I go to Dalaran and, oh wait, no. This is OG Dalaran? The one in Northrend is different. We're gonna, like, pilot it to the new zone, I guess. Still fly here. Oh, there's a bunch of dicks here. Interesting. And then wherever this is right now, right? They removed all the cool portals from the old Dalaran. I guess they don't want anybody hanging out in the old hub cities. Or don't have portals in the Ebonhold either. Hey, what's up, Khadgar? What's your idea?
Knowledge is power, but using it wisely.
Teleporting the Broken Isles.
Citizens of Azeroth, today is the day we turn the tide. Today is the day that we retake our world.
Nightborn isolated themselves in the Night Elves. Their leader then struck a deal with the Burning Legion for power. The ones who didn't like it ran away and joined the Horde because the Alliance didn't trust them. Wow. So Nightborn is getting to play as a Night Elf, but on the Horde side, basically?
The pillars of creation await on the Broken Isles.
Oh, the Alliance. Sylvanas is the worst. I think the thing that's more offensive to me about Sylvanas is that the setup for her is great. She should be an amazing character. Like, you could totally do tragic and morally gray really well with that backstory.
Help? Go with honor, friend.
I like having all these custom Hearthstones to go to different zones. It's convenient. They start doing that with Warlords, I guess. Let me untrack this stuff or I'm gonna get confused. The Lich King's calling me. What? That's Bolvar too. Something thought brushes your mind. Hear me, Zutor. The Legion has returned. They hope to control us, to bend us to their wills. Rather than Dollar began to gather at Curse's Landing, go meet with Duke Lancrow and all will be explained. That's pretty sweet. The Lich King's my boss. Right on. Guess he doesn't like the Legion either.
I will listen.
That was a pretty awesome pop-up. Unexpected ally. We're going to need every advantage we can get to defeat the Burning Legion. The Ebon Blade will serve as the Lich King's arm as long as the Scourge is confined to Northrend. Allies offer to assist in obtaining powerful weapons for the strongest of our knights. Sweet!
We are done here.
Oh, cool. So this is the artifact weapon quest, and it's specific to Death Knight. That makes sense. So I'm definitely taking the Maw of the Damned because I am blood. A tank, but I'm just curious. Blades of the Fallen Prince. There's no way to preview what gear looks like in this game, right? Legacy item. Effects are inactive. It's a bummer. Consumption ability, which deals massive damage and returns health to the wielder. You sure you wish to pursue this artifact? It may be some time if you're able to see how the others. Sure. Yeah.
Make it quick. Leave me be.
Dead and the Damned. Gorlix the Flesh Ripper is a monstrous demon. Scent Baron Sliverhead. Obtain the Maw of the Damned and ensure that Gorlix is no more. Go to Darkstone Isle. Cool. This shit sounds pretty awesome so far. I super dig this. I feel like this is a right way to do... If you're really going to focus on the player character as being important, this is a really neat way to do it. It kind of feels like a single-player RPG. That's what I liked about Garrison so much. Character felt important. The questing felt interesting because different quest chains all had unique rewards in terms of different Garrison followers. I wanted Garrison resources to do all sorts of different things. Leveling up my party felt really neat. Maybe that's what people were mad about because it feels very like a single-player game. But it's very... It seems like it's a pretty disconnected system from the multiplayer stuff, the raiding. The endgame garrisons are boring. Gotcha. No, like, going around and unlocking followers. Like, I found this follower where it was like an ogre who was just kind of chilling in a cage, and I just right-clicked on the cage, and he said, "Hey, thank you," and he ran away. And I found him somewhere else, and I let him out of the cage again, and then he was like, "Hey, I want to work for you." And he became a little NPC that works for me and goes on quests now. I'm like, that's super cool. It's like little rewards for exploring the game world. I could see it tapping out, I guess, once you collapse all the wave functions associated with you.
My final death there. The Lich King said my partner would be one of the mightiest knights ever known. I assume he was speaking of you.
Thanks, Lich King.
I'll rely upon your skills to get us through this in one piece.
Good looking out, Lich King.
Felgar
Recognizing
will path
talents.
ahead. I've kept my distance from them, but with you leading the way, we can fight through.
Very Farmville. So, like, once you had done everything, what was the reason to keep doing garrisons once you had done everything, though? Like, once it stopped being new and you knew what the possible rewards were. Some of it's like, oh, okay, this is kind of cool. It gives me some ingots so I don't actually have to do blacksmithing. That's kind of neat. Whatever. Doing all my performance reviews. Thanks, Lich King. That's a nice surprise bringing the Lich King back. Has he been mentioned at all since Wrath? Until the stuff with the Death Knight class quests?
Watch my back.
Not a peep. That's really rad. So you're just playing this and all of a sudden, boom, Lich King pop up. Holy shit. That seems pretty sweet so far. I like the whole opening, even though I only had 2 people instead of 80. The opening raid scenario was kind of cool.
Just a little, and down it goes.
What is this?
This actually makes me excited to try playing through Legion on different classes, because what's kind of bumming me out is that the story is always about the Horde or the Alliance. It's not about your class, and that seems like that's the right direction to take if they want to have this like alt-itis game. Having a single story in Final Fantasy XIV works as you can freely change your job. You don't have to play through it multiple times. But at least here I'm going to get a different Legion story on each character. So is the pattern holding true that, like, Blizzard releases an expansion and people really like it, and then they release another expansion and people hate it,
I think something's in that.
and then they correct for it and then people like it? No, I mean that the entire story of this expansion seems to be pretty centered around the class that you're playing. Like, because I'm playing through Legion on a Death Knight, I'm going to get a very different core experience than somebody playing through on a Rogue, for example.
Well, if it isn't Margrave's protege, Minerva.
Legion's amazing.
Finding
BFA so
you
far.
strung up like this is a surprise. I would have expected a more gory end.
Spare me your paltry words, Sliver. I've not taken my final breath yet. These cursed demons are gonna learn a new meaning of suffering when I get free. A beast called Zalinor carries the keystone that unlocks
Cart
these
keys.
findings. Set me free and I'll help you rip the bastards apart.
I really like keystones in this game now.
I suppose you'll be more
Order Hall is
useful
different.
to us alive. Very well. Let's be swift about this.
Oh, I see. Gotcha. Well, it would be incredibly expensive to make a totally different storyline for every single class in the game. Especially since it seems like there's a different artifact weapon for the different specializations. Like I said, this game has 10 classes or whatever, but it's realistically more like 30 classes because each of the different specializations plays completely differently. It's got to be a nightmare to balance. Hey, they're bombs.
New subjects. What delicious secrets will you hold?
Why is the order halls the same? Okay. I see. And I can eventually get all of them.
So many secrets remain.
Finally, the keystone is ours. Let's head back.
Legion was the last expansion that Metzen worked on. I really like Ian, the guy that's running it now. I was really impressed by his talk at PAX, and I've read some of the stuff he's written, but people seem to be pretty pissed at him lately.
That's much better. We don't have much time. Margrave is taken to the Citadel. The only thing I've seen come out of that place are demons and corpses. We'll need to break in there to get him out.
We're here to slay a demon, not rescue every failure who couldn't get the job done.
What? Don't you have any sense of duty to aid your fellow knights?
No, I don't.
I don't care. Slaying the demon is our first priority. Come, we've wasted enough time with this blathering.
You're a cold one, Sliver. Fine, I'll help. But if we have any chance of getting Margrave out alive, we should take it.
Alright.
The Legion took my weapons from me, so it's only fitting that I take one of theirs.
Cool. So I like how they like build these relationships with these characters and these missions, and then they usually are going to become followers, right? Because Legion still has a garrison-like system.
Ow! Ow!
Fool! Has your mind rotted to dust? The Legion's magic is easily avoided.
You are easily dealt with.
Guys like the word easy.
Another damn barrier. Watch my back. We'll probably get jumped again.
Legion has a reduced garrison.
Conquers all.
Oh shit, I died. That was my bad. Overpulled. I didn't leave, I think I need to start leaving Deathstrike up. Hey Chaos, how's it going? I like water walk over that next time. Suck until I get the weapon. Oh, because all of this synced content is balanced assuming I have the weapon. Gotcha. Now, how did that work with the expansion feeling fun? Did you just, you never bought weapons on the auction house or crafted them or found them as rewards? Because they would always be worse than the artifact weapon, I assume. Oh, hey, Chaos, yeah. Be doing this for a few more nights to try to get caught up to the main content, then I'll try to actually schedule streams for the group content. Apex, Matt, and Ginny. Nice. What concert did you go to?
More incoming! Intercept them!
Prisoner is useless to me anyway. Its blood is weak and stale.
Let's do that, I guess.
It's too far away.
'Were dropped. They weren't in loot tables and couldn't be crafted. It's the same because like Battle for Azeroth is instead of a weapon, it's armor, right? So does armor not exist anymore, or is it only certain slots that can be Azerite gear? I think you still get Frostmourne separately from the quest in Icecrown. It's just your neck that persists. Oh, interesting. It is midnight. It's about to be midnight over here.
What are you doing?
Run, you
Technically
fools.
in mountain
The
time.
demon is near.
I thought there was a quest to get Frostmourne and Ice Crown. Big, long, annoying, legendary quest. Apex is working on it. To get a bunch of Primal Serenite and do all this special stuff. Oh, okay. That's cool. So if I were Frost, that's what I would be doing instead. Cool. I love this shit too, with the on-screen text. Little side cutscenes. Feels very polished. Call of Ice Crown. Lich King awaits news of your success.
Eager to hear of our success.
Uses Deathgate. Okay.
What is it?
Lord Margrave. The
Do
final
all the weapon quests.
last.
Cool. Whoa. I've actually seen this. I did this with,
And receive your charge.
That's fucking cool. That's so neat. I love that they went with that. They could have easily picked one of the other important Death Knight NPCs that they established. I did this with Matt and Ginny and Hapax. They were just doing a transmog run and brought me along, so we just kind of ran through Ice Crown and murdered it in like 15 minutes. So I got to see this arena and this fight in the cutscene.
Where the weak showed mercy, you did not hesitate to strike. Where the unworthy were vanquished, you have conquered.
Why is he so huge?
I now mark you with my sigil. Let all recognize you as the enforcer of my will.
Sweet. All stats increased by 5%.
Ebon Blade is en route to the Broken Isles.
Oh, cool. So I can still Shadowgate there? Deathgate?
Go. Ensure that not a single demon escapes my wrath.
Is that orc ghost still in his body?
Stand in your way.
Dude, that's so fucking cool. I love it. I'm glad I'm playing through this as Death Knight. Here's Zool. Did they redesign the area at all for, probably not. I didn't ask if they redesigned it for Legion. My former student, Death Incarnate. One day I'd like to learn about the techniques you use. That's cool.
We know much about sacrifice. A shadow
Careful with that weapon if I were you.
position that befits your accomplishments. Knights of the Ebon Blade, assemble as we honor one of our own. Before us
Oh, it
this
auto-equipped
day
it? I
stands
see.
our comrade in arms. You have all heard the legends.
God, I wish the effects weren't inactive. That's so neat.
Of trials overcome at great cost. His exemplary deeds in the name of the Ebon Blade have shown him to be one of the best of us, worthy of our highest honor. By the will of the Lich King, and upon my authority as High Lord, I declare that this champion, wielder of the Law of the Damned, will henceforth be known as Death Lord of the Ebon Blade.
So you like become the leader of your class. That's kind of cool.
Stick to me, and carry out his will against the Legion.
Yay! Baked into your talents. And I shift right click and it's got all these sanguine. Physical damage by 5%. Strike all enemies in front of you with a hungering attack. This artifact's power was sacrificed to draw out the darkness from the Sword of Sargeras and stabilize... Oh, that must be a spoiler. That's their way of saying it don't work anymore. It said something about after fighting Sargeras, now the orcs are standing tall. That's cool.
We are driven by a single purpose.
The most important ever set foot on the planet. Normally I think that's silly, but I actually don't mind it in WoW, because WoW's kind of been moving in that direction for so long.
For now.
Play an MMO where the main character is completely unimportant.
We will have our revenge. Get on with it.
Initial strike point chosen. Oh, that's this like order table. Scouting map. Stormheim. Savannah, Spirit of Personal Fleet. Agrimar. This is the Broken Islands, right? The mountain dominates the northern horizon with its jagged peak. Oh, so I'm picking the zone that I'm going to start in? That's kind of cool. Birthplace of Druidism. Let's try that. They seem really self-aware, yeah. I like Khadgar so far.
Yes.
A fine choice, Death Lord. Thanks.
Heroes on Azeroth have gathered to face the Burning Legion. But heroes alone will not save this world. Salvation will come at a price the living cannot pay.
So I guess this is sort of a mild retcon for Death Knights. I'll wait for the Lich King to show up.
Horseman has come, and you will bring about their return.
Oh, seriously? I'm gonna get the 4 horsemen? That's cool.
Grim, the fallen general of the Horde, shall be the firstborn. Go now and see that it is done.
That's pretty awesome. I remember Nazgrim too. Oh man, this is the perfect one for me to do since I actually remember Nax and I remember the Death Knight lore and stuff. Or trying out another class, I wouldn't feel any nostalgia for any of this, but that's very cool.
Make it useful.
Horrors are no ordinary Death Knights, they are one of pure unholy power given to the Lich King to Kel'Thuzad. This unholy power to raise the dead has been passed to you. That's fantastic. I love it.
But I will obey your will, Death Lord.
I was about to ask...
The Horde will be outraged, but Nazgrim will make a powerful Death Knight.
That's cool. It seems like they retconned a little bit. Like, I was under the impression that the Death Knights turned against the Lich King entirely. But now we're like, oh yeah, the Lich King is picking you. That seems cool. We should totally trust you. Definitely all on the same side now. Duratar? I should go put a rune on this thing before I forget. Clearly they did change this place a little bit. God, this is so sad. There used to be so many rune choices and they're like, this is way too difficult to balance. Alright, so even though the effects are inactive, you're saying that this is still a super powerful stat stick, if nothing else? Oh wow, yeah, plus 4 DPS. They're cool with the Lich King, because the Tick one died. Let's see. Gotcha. I feel like... Was Arthas really that big of a dick? I mean, he was, but I thought it was because he was corrupted by being the Lich King. Not necessarily because he was a bad guy. He had the whole culling of Stratholme decision, but that sort of made sense in context. I love this go resurrect Nazgrim as a one of the 4 horsemen. That's pretty sweet. Go find his grave? Yeah, Hordes would be pretty pissed, huh?
I am here to serve.
He's to be a follower, presumably. He deserves the peace of death.
The Ebon Blade is time, my lord. Do what must be done.
Sorry, that's just a fucking cool idea. Oh, I see. I'm Kel'Thuzad now.
Nazgrim, your Death Lord calls. Feel the icy grip of your master, and rise once more.
Nothing. I live again. How long has it been since I tasted death?
Long enough, my friend. The Burning Legion has returned, and you have been called to the battle.
Nazgrim, wasn't he the main orc leading the charge into Pandaria?
Their heads from their bodies.
Indeed you shall, General. Indeed you shall.
He seems alright with that. That wasn't so bad. Oh, cool. New splash art for coming here, too. So all the different classes have a unique, like, instance hall, kind of like the original Garrison.
For us, there's no peace, no rest.
The shaman one sucks.
You need something. Tomorrow is another day.
All is not lost. Not yet.
Oh, maybe I can't do anything else because I'm still level 98. Get to 100 to progress further, maybe. Sorry, one sec. Travel to Dalaran. Do with this guy. Come and go thing as you do Legion, get to 110. I see. I think some stuff was gated in Draenor as well. I do have to go back to Draenor to get the remaining heirlooms. To get the rings, I think, and there might be one other slot that's
There you are.
from Garrisons only.
Asuna awaits. Let me know when you are ready, champion. Without
It's a bummer I didn't play this when it came out because it would have been really fun with the artifact weapon. You can like get upgrades that let you pump its eye level and stuff, is that right? Pump its eye level and let you unlock abilities.
on the far side of the island. Perhaps they can help us locate the Pillar of Creation.
What was the artifact power thing? I remember people complaining about that, but I never followed what it was.
We have competition from Queen Ajara herself.
Terrific weapon also had a tree, actually. How they progressed.
She must also be after the Pillar of Creation. This is unexpected.
Oh, it was XP for your weapon. That's cool. Well, I kind of like the idea of having a new max level only talent tree.
Imagine all the arcane knowledge lost to the
Sounds like that's essentially what it was, right? And how is Azerite armor worse? Like, how could they have had a cool idea and then in iterating on it made it way worse?
And the Burning Legion is here too. Hail and well met, champion. Hurry. The Illidari are about to be overrun.
Archmage Khadgar. An unexpected surprise.
Hey, I told this guy to fuck off.
Nice weapon you have there. Speak with Jason Alari if you'd like to help.
These red armors works. The traits are random, less meaningful, impactful than the weapon. Why would they make them random? Is there any... Have they given an explanation for why they did it that way? To make it take longer to finish?
What have you given?
I've sacrificed everything. What have you given?
I've sacrificed everything. I'm like undead. I can't die. Don't know peace. Presumably my junk doesn't work, and that's unfortunate. And maybe I was an asexual orc in life, but... I took my eyes out to become a super powerful goth demon man. What have you done lately? It's not actually random. If you get the same piece twice, it has the same traits. Okay. You have to re-unlock the Azerite rings. Oh, interesting. Does it cost resources to unlock them? Like, is there a perverse incentive to not try to upgrade your current thing because you'll just have to throw it out and replace it soon anyway? I wonder what the original idea was, like why they did it that way. Yeah, we were forced to be Death Knights. That's what I was saying with the Illidari, like, y'all didn't have to do this. You could be just go home and be bummed about your parents dying or whatever the fuck. Didn't have to. I'm so glad I can't have flying in these zones. They feel a lot bigger when I can't just fly over everything. I wish that they'd take it away in Pandaria when you first go there.
Death to the Legion.
I was enjoying the little bit of Warlords that I was doing. Like, it was fun to find a Flight Master, because then I could, you know, go explore a little bit and I get tired or go back and need to do a garrison mission, so I'd find a Flight Master and basically have a checkpoint I could return to. But that never matters when you have flying the instant you get to a zone. Trap demon souls, okay. Probably involves grabbing them. Get back here, dude. Whoa, did I just passively? Oh, I see what happened. Dragged him to an Illidari NPC. Sweet. Hovering slightly above the ground. You can make it, Yahan, I believe in you. Or if you don't make it, I'm sure your friend will understand.
I don't have a target.
I should probably get used to tab targeting again. I'm so used to not trusting it in games. Is it decent in this, or are there any add-ons to help with it? I feel like I struggle a lot to know when I've targeted something. I guess the LVI helps a little bit with that, but... Trapping demon souls. Did you eventually go to Argus in this, or is that like super late in the storyline? Sorry.
Must not fall. Remember, nothing is more important than
Speak with Alari. See, these are my favorite quests for guild rep. Usually it's like introducing you to your next quest hub NPC so you don't get lost. They count for guild rep though.
My life is dedicated to destroying the Burning Legion.
I can't attack that. I can't attack that target.
Shouldn't follow my troops. Kinda suck at this, Demon Hunter lady. Okay, enter the Soul Gem. Alright. What's up? I can definitely feel the difference in power just from the math of this new weapon. Things go down a lot faster. I've been going up and down from that, like, end of Pandaria felt really good, and then I got to Draenor and it felt not as good. And it started to feel better toward the end of Draenor and so on. I don't know how they get the scaling right. I feel like what they probably do is that gear only exists at endgame. It's lame. Maybe you find some other sort of character progression other than gear before that.
We are all that stands between the Legion and
Do
annihilation.
need boots. And a belt.
Death to the Legion.
Don't think there is a, what should we call it? Ugh, I don't need critical strike, but it's better than what I had. Meet the requirements of that crest. Living fell slate example. Ah, so I need something else to be able to do something with that? Legion mobs have less health. Is that on purpose? Or is that a bug?
You, Corvus, and Sienna attack the Legion from within. Then we will wipe them out together.
Okay. Sounds screwed. So since I chose to come here via my order hall, is this... because this feels like these are quests that every class is going to be doing. Is just going to at some point send me back to my order hall to do new stuff?
You are no demon. Friend or foe?
Friend?
We will work together to destroy the Legion from within.
My quest. Okay. Track differently. I don't think I have any. Gotta pick up Legion Archaeology. I noticed that those quests were like orange instead of yellow exclamation points. Is that right? Those are the order hall quests.
My life is dedicated to destroying the burning Legion. Death to the Legion.
I'm gonna pop back over and see if there's any that I'm not taking right now. So. Because I didn't fully explore my order hall either. So can non-Death Knights even come here? Do they have flying, or does it not really exist for them? Oh, sweet. So I can use this to go to Dalaran, which has portals. So as I finish Legion Zones, quests will trigger here. He must have one. This must be the one that I'm missing. I must have to be a level 100 to be able to unlock whatever that quest is. You can fly in, but they can't do anything. Yeah, I like having both, though. Especially like having this because it has no cooldown.
Get on with it.
Higher level. Okay. Well, I should probably go to bed, but I'm pretty pumped about this Legion expansion. If I do anything that's crazy exciting, maybe I'll try to record it, but chances are I'll just end up recording whatever I do on other classes. Depending on whether Cameron's in the room when I'm playing the game or not, I can't really record if she's being loud. But thanks for seeing my first impressions with Demon Hunter and Legion expansion. This seems super fun. I feel like this is the right way to do things nowadays. So I'm gonna head to bed. Good night, folks. Catch you later. Reminder, no stream tomorrow. It's late enough at night. There's nobody here. I'm going to protest the not the firing of Jeff Sessions, but the removal of power from Rod Rosenstein. So hopefully that has an effect.